Hey YouTube, coming at you with another Retro Cup team. Just a very easy balanced team. Altaria, Vigoroth, Lanturn. Altaria's biggest weakness in this meta, because Faria's band is going to be Ice. Lanturn should realistically deal with most Ice, having resisted because of the water. Weak to grass, Altaria will deal with the grass, and Vigoroth has a safe swap. So pretty easy team comp. I'm going to fix my camera a little bit. Pretty strong team overall. It gets a little tricky because not that there's a ton of ice, but there's a ton of dragons and a decent amount of ice. I saw a lot of dugongs. I saw a lot of Froslass. So that combo with ice with all the dragons makes like Altaria just kind of like evenish at best. Vigoroth was a great safe swap. You're going to see a couple flips in the mid game there. And then Lanturn is strong just being Lanturn. So let's look at these battles, go over how to play this. This one was kind of already right off a mistake. I had to like maneuver around a lot. I'm surprised actually. I don't remember them not getting out, because realistically, if you have a Lickitung in this league, you probably have an answer for Lickitung, right? Cresselia. There's your answer for Lickitung. Yeah, for Vigoroth. Resisting the counters. The good news is I'm going to be spammy, so I'll spam a lot here, which is nice, but I'm still going to be losing this. I probably should have stayed in with Altaria. With a balanced team like this, there's no reason to get out like that. There's not a ton in the back. I mean, there are. This Pokemon this meta does have a bunch of like ground Pokemon, so like in the back it could be a little tricky from that perspective. But like if it's a ground poison or something like that, but you don't need to leave the matchup right away. Like this is a decent matchup. This is an okay matchup with Altaria versus Lickitung. So I'm kind of surprised I left. I did get a few counters off there. I think I'm wondering if I shield one or do I let both of these body slams go and just try and go one shield. I would be surprised if I shield one. Yeah. So I think at this point I thought I have some energy, but also. Yeah, I have a move, one, but I also have a ton, like Dragon Breath damage in neutral situations is good. And hello, there's your Froslass. So I'm going to get one here. Should probably just go straight into the land, or am I going to try and go for the second? Or no, I'm trying to keep switch. What else do they have? They have a Lickitung a little left over. Still, though, I'm surprised oh. Let me just stop this. I remember this because this is actually thought out in the moment, although I did not remember here. My only win condition, realistically, is catching a move here. So I needed my switch timer to come up. I need to stay in. I need my switch timer to come up. I need Lanturn to get on it to do sparks, and I need to catch the move here to have a win condition. And that is everything that I did. So catching a resisted Shadow Ball, it doesn't matter that it was resisted. I had like nothing left anyways. But back-to-back Shadow Balls would have taken me out here. But one is not enough. So now I've got to be aware that they may try and catch here. But I do end up taking this matchup. You can see I just kind of waited a little bit there. Because if you're going to catch, you're going to catch there. And I'm going to lose TMP anyways to Froslass. So, and now I get to Spark. Oh yeah, the crest, not the Lickitung. The crest down. So nice catch there. Toxapex, this is a good lead. Is it a good lead? Or is it just like an average lead? I feel like the Dragon Breath is just like super strong. Sky Attack won't do a ton, but it'll chip, and then Dragon Breath will do the rest. And I feel like if I shield up one Sludge Wave, which I think I do, I should be able just to keep switch and then just take it wherever I want in the back. And they get up to Dragonair. So at this point, I'm probably just staying in this matchup. Because one, I'll probably live this, probably get off a Sky Attack and chip a bunch. What do they have on the lead? Toxapex, right? So I want to have Lanturn on the Toxapex. Switch locked. So I will basically come in here, just counter this down, and then hope that they're still switch locked, and they come in here, that I can now come in and just spark a bunch. And that's exactly what happens there. Switch locked here. I'm just sparking, coming out with 100 energy if I can. They eventually get out into Zygarde. Hello, that is spicy. I don't even know where mine is. It is a Dragon Ground. So double resisting this, triple resisting the sparks. because ground double resist and dragon single resist. So triple resisting the spark. So great answer for the spark. Not a great answer for the surf. Neutral to surf. So get another surf off to take it low enough that is now in body slam range. So I counter body slam there. And then I'll have one more counter body slam coming out of this to take this match. Yeah, if you're going to use a dragon, don't use Zygarde. There's so many other good dragons in this. Yeah, use all the other dragons. One of the drawbacks of Altaria as a dragon is that it's half flying. So Lanturn does neutral with these Sparks and Thunderbolts. So I think I end up shielding the first. Yeah. I think this is one where I'm going to take it in the 0-1. I just go straight Moonblast. I think they let it go, but it does not take out, and I still need Dragon Breath, and then they get to another Thunderbolt, which is fine. I'll keep Switch, but I'll be down 0-1 and low on health, right? Lantern's just so good. Out comes their own dragon. I do get a Sky Talk off, which is really big here. Either grabbing a shield or doing chip. Grabbing a shield. Get my Vigoroth on this. And Vigoroth's just so spammy. Yes, they're going to get to a move first because they had so much of an energy advantage, but Vigoroth's just, I'm going to get to a body slam very quickly here. And they give up into their own Vigoroth. And so basically what I'm doing is I'm almost banking 2 body slams. Because I think my win condition is going to be able to spam those body slams on the Dragonair. Shield 1. The reason I shield is because I know that the Dragon Breath I know that if I let that go, body slam go, and then I let counters go, and then I'm basically just in Dragon Breath range. So I essentially needed to shield that to ensure that I had enough health that if the dragon comes back in here, I'm going to have some health. They still get a third body slam off because, you know, Vigoroth is spammy. I do get to a Thunderbolt barely, but I just clicked. I didn't know if I would actually get to it, so I just hit Surf. But that is enough to get to the body slam now. Body slam to a Shadow Dragonair is enough to take out. So Vigoroth, nice there. Terrible lead. Where do you go from here? So I go into, geez, this is hard counter city so far. Right? Ice on Altaria, and now a Poliwrath on my Vigoroth, so this is looking like a loss already. I will grab a shield. I think the right play now is going in here to Froslass because you can hit super effective with the Rock Slide, and it just takes you only 7 to get to a Rock Slide, so I think it's the best play. I'm also now just worried that if they're essentially weak to Lanturn in the front with Froslass, and they're weak to Altaria, and they're weak to Poliwrath here with Lanturn, that they probably got a Lanturn answer in the back. So I'm guessing it's a dragon in the back, and it is. Right? It's a very easy. I'm surprised at the Team Cup. It's like kind of like ABA weak to Lanturn. Froslass isn't like weak to Lanturn. It's just gonna have problems because your Powder Snow's resisted, but you can still hit throw for Shadow Ball. So it's not like weak in the sense that like you're taking super effective damage like Poliwrath is. It's just weak that it's a pretty bad matchup for Froslass. But yeah, unfortunately they do have it. Not the best answer, but it's an answer. I take it out, but I think the damage is done at this point. I'm too low. I'm Dragon Breath. I'm basically Dragon Breath in counter range here. Powder Snow in counter range here. And they have back-to-back avalanches anyway, so just let it go. No point of shielding a losing match anyways. Credilli. So it's really interesting, this meta so far, because you're getting a bit of uniqueness, sort of, right? Dragons, Froslass, stuff like that. But like it's essentially the open meta with like maybe 20 Pokemon band, 30 Pokemon band of like the top meta Pokemon that you use, right? Because if you just go to, like, I've already gone over the top rankings, and I've already done the analysis of like why Ghost is strong because Dark is banned, and why Dragons are better because Steel and Fairy is banned, right? So I guess if you look at the first 4 to 5 Pokemon, four of the first 5 Pokemon are banned. Skarmory, Carbink, Azumarill, and Registeel are banned. But then realistically, the majority of the next stuff on this list is not banned. Mantine, Pelipper, Gligar, Swampert, Vigoroth, Mandibuzz is banned. Toxapex, Clodsire, Poliwrath, Lanturn, Bastiodon is banned. Talonflame, Whiscash, Cresselia, Golbat as a Flyer Poison is fine. Double, Quagsire, Superior is fine. Guzzlord is banned. Lanturn, Greedent, Machamp, Wiggly's banned. Lurantis, Pidgeot, Scrafty's banned. So there's a few that are banned on the top page here. But for the most part, I'd say out of the top 50, ASAN/is banned because it's steel. I'd say out of the top 50, maybe 10 to 11 are banned. Some are doubles, so maybe a couple more, a couple less, depending how you measure it. So it's really just like the Open Great League with it's like a Great League remix with 10 to 15 of the meta Pokemon banned. But that kind of changes up significantly how teams are built with what certain Pokemon that you can use and not use and stuff like that. And yeah, so it's just a lot of ice, a lot of Vigoroths, a lot of Froslass, a lot of Lanturns, a lot of Dragons, less Mudboys in open, less Talonflames because of all the dragons and stuff. Decent amount of ice, right? Walrein, Dugong, Froslass. So it's not a bad meta. I like that it has flexibility. What I like about metas like this is that it has flexibility. There are 10 to 15 meta Pokemon banned. You have a bunch of other Pokemon that can have play here. But you have enough flexibility to use a variety of Pokemon in this meta. So I've used in the video yesterday the double Ghost line. Or today, I don't know when maybe yesterday. The double, we'll see. The double Ghost line. And then I'm currently, not currently, but tomorrow I'm going to be using Auroras. I really want to use Auroras. I think it's strong. But outside of that, I was looking at Pidgeot, using Pidgeot. I do think that this meta will shrink, and that's why I will go play Ultra League for a bit just to test out these Ultra League Pokemon this week too. I think there's a couple others I probably want to try before I leave Retro Cup or try and get a try-hard team for Retro Cup. I think I want to use Regirock. I think Regirock has a lot of play with all the flyers and ice. You can just Stone Edge the crap out of everything, and you get to it so fast with Lock On. So I want to try that. Like I said, I'm trying Auroras, so that will probably be today or tomorrow. I was looking at Pelipper, Mantine too to use potentially, but other than that, it's just a ton of dragons here. Could you theoretically run a triple dragon team? I think you could with the variation of dragon you have here, because you could run something like Arctibax, which is half ice, so that makes you neutral to ice. And then you can run something like Dragulge, which is half. No, you're still double weak to ice though. Dragulge is half poison, not water. So you're still double weak to ice. So is there a third dragon on here that doesn't take super effective from ice? Because then you can theoretically run triple dragon, Arctibax, either Dragonair, Dragonite. There's a bunch on here. Dragulge, Goodra. But these are all just pure dragons that also have that double ice weakness. So you either run triple dragon and risk that you don't run into an ice Pokemon, which is kind of tough because Froslass and ice are everywhere. But you have like Arctibax and stuff that can kind of deal. And even the Dragonair versus Froslass matchup is not bad. Is not bad, that Shadow one. Interesting. The problem is I actually do not have... I've got 3 of the baby Fragbacks or whatever it's called. I've only got 3. I caught 1 and I hatched 2. So I actually don't have a lot of those to actually build an Arctibax. Which is unfortunate because I think it's very strong. Yeah, look at those wins. 798 against Froslass, 764 against Walrein. Those are big, big wins against ice Pokemon as a dragon. Because you're half ice, so you resist. If anyone runs a triple dragon team, send it to me in the description, link in the description, because I will 100% showcase that. Abomasnow. I haven't tested Abomasnow. Abomasnow is number 12 on this list. Shadow Abomasnow with the ice and grass coverage. You need to cover your Vigoroth and doubles that are everywhere. Actually, you would also have problems with ice because you take neutral to ice because your grass, but the ice would resist everything but the energy ball. So that would make it a little trickier to run Abomasnow. But you know what? You would have play against like the Flyers and Jellicents and Dragons. Definitely something to look into. So that's what I'm saying, right? I'm definitely going off course here like I normally do. But I think this meta is like open enough that you can try a bunch of different combos out that you may not have the luxury of trying out in the Great League. As I say that, as I'm using Lanturn and Vigoroth. Right? So, very off the board. I mean, if anything, not that Lanturn should be more free, but with so many Flyers and Dragons in this meta and Froslass, I don't see barely any grass being used. So I think your water is probably a little more, right? Dragon on dragon again. Your water is, your Lanturn's a little more free, but you still need to deal with all the dragons, and they give up switch into a Toxapex, and you are going to be met with my Lanturn. I end up shielding move just because the reason I did that was, one, I immediately first read an ABB team with a second thing like Mantine or Pelipper in the back, weak to water, weak to Lanturn. 2, I just didn't want to get it in like in farm down range. So I think I'm just trying to like burn the switch clock. I wouldn't be surprised if I get out here and I immediately get out and actually snipe a thing because I'm reading something else as weak to Lanturn in the back. And it is a Lanturn in itself. So I read the double water right, just not the right second water. The second water is Lanturn, not a Pelipper or something, but it's kind of right. But that chip with I actually am now just like in a pretty good spot here. Counter body slam is definitely going to outpace the Spark Surf. And now it's just in counter Spark range, so I don't even need to worry about throwing another move. And it's just basically counter down and spark down, not needing to throw. Shield 1, that counter will go through, and I'll take this match. So that is the team. Like I said, if I was actually trying, I think Altaria, if I had to like rate Pokemon on this team, I think Vigoroth as a safe swap is very, very, very strong in this meta. Just not a ton of other counter users. Generally safe against most stuff. Rock Slide down for coverage for Flyers. The counter body slam spam, definitely real. Plus Rock Slide for Froslass. I think Vigoroth is like definitely, if you want to build a try-hard theme, I think Vigoroth is one you probably build around. Lanturn is decent because Lanturn is decent against anything that's not super effective against you or resisting your move. Like any neutral matchup, you're just like, I'm good. And then there's also just like super effective matchups where you just like dominate some of these like Flyers and waters and stuff. Where Lanturn obviously struggles in this meta is the dragons that are everywhere, and there's like double dragon teams and stuff like that, so that could cause you a bit of problems. But I think overall it's pretty strong. Altaria, I probably am using another dragon outside of Altaria. I would prefer Dragonair, so you don't have that second ice weakness. I would prefer Dragonair because you don't have a neutral. You're only neutral to Lanturn instead of you're resisting Lanturn instead of taking neutral like Altaria is. So Altaria has bulk, so it's strong, but I think there's probably other dragon Pokemons that I would want to run before I run Altaria. But yeah, balanced team. Let me know. Yeah, so I'll try a few more Pokemon in this meta. Try a few Ultra League Pokemon teams. Just testing out the new Pokemon in Ultra League. Maybe do tryhards for each of those. If you want to submit some battles, link in the description. Anyways, that is it. Thanks for watching. See you guys in the next one.